So, welcome to this preview and review of the Serie A match day 11 is the one gone by and the 12th one coming up next weekend. So we have a look at the games, how they went, and what the computer Betmaster tool that you see here that you can get access to when you follow the link below and compile the prices yourself on this same level here, because you get the evaluations and you can instantly compare those prices with the market prices and maybe find some value bets. If you think you can have to adjust some of the settings, you can happily ask me how to do that and what effects this would take or have. Okay, this is wrong order here. So we look at Atalanta against Lazio. It was a draw. Computer was 4.11 on this draw, so it was expecting plenty of goals. I was talking about it and giving Lazio a fair chance. I think we saw 197 here, so may have had an indication even on Atalanta, very marginally, but I was not proposing it, if I remember correctly, and Lazio in fact did win a point. In the Verona against Juventus, once again the story of those huge favorites that are struggling, like Barcelona, Juventus Turin last weekend, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Juventus obviously. And what does it tell us? It is of course tough competition all over the place, but also those top sides. Well, Juventus and Barca lost their most important player maybe, but starting to struggle also means these days sometimes they continue to struggle, not regaining the confidence. Market was, average. This is not the proper average. I think the computer was pretty okay with it, but the chances obviously maybe even rating the Verona chances a bit lower. And same thing happened in England. In Torino against Sampdoria, I think I even did support Sampdoria. It's the same story here. All those tendencies went the wrong way. I think even I watched this game. It was one-sided. You see that here, 16-6, 6-2. So I was rating the chances lower, but of course still making Torino favorites. In Inter Juventus, computer was also with a 150, maybe a bit higher than market, and 17-11 would say it's close enough for Udinese, 6-6 on target. Let's check the attacks, 126-79, 67-36. Does not look like a 135 or so. 6-4 corners, and also it was draw still at halftime. But once again, a favorite that won, and here those two had not been favorites. But when my computer thought maybe we give the outsider a chance. In Sassuolo, Empoli, it was the other way around here. I'm sure I proposed Empoli. It's the same thing as in England. If you get a one game right with a 420 or something like that, the price we would have had here, 450, then you make up for all the other bad losses, right? Genoa, Venezia, I was supporting the draw maybe even, and also Venezia not to lose. So here I was right. In Fiorentina, Spezia, computer was a bit too high. I said maybe Spezia do have a chance. They did not have 33 shots, so we don't need to argue a lot more. I think there was a sending off. Am I right? Yellow cards. Where are the red cards? No red cards? Do we see this here somewhere? I'm a bit surprised, but maybe there wasn't. Okay, Salernitana, Napoli, it was a tough one. Computer may even have I don't know. I think we just skipped it, but it was this one I watched, but only parts of it. But it was very hard time. Salernitana were giving Napoli, and even late on there were 2 sendings off. So maybe we see that here. Yellow, red cards. Yeah, that was a 1-1. Okay, here we see the stats as soon as they are on. There was sending off against Salernitana. They still fought on, and this late sending off against Napoli, Koulibaly. And from then on, Salernitana even would have had a fair chance to level the score. 9-16 would tell a similar story. 3-4 on target, corners 4-4, possession times 30. Well, we wouldn't expect this a lot different. Of course, Napoli were favorites, but not a 133 or something like that, 138. So there was a fair chance. And Roma, I watched this one, of course, for the Roma. And I was not so unhappy with their performance, but I said I'm not going to bet it. Here, computer was very right with the Milan supporting them. Here, the shots and the stats would speak for Roma. Did we have a red card here as well? We did, which was somewhere halfway through the yellow-red, another one, but this was very late on. Anyway, from then on, it was 2-0 Milan, and from then on, Roma had a lot of attacks, and so I was hoping for them to draw. Still, computer was fine here. In Bologna-Cagliari, it was wrong again, whereby the 196 is okay, because there was a higher maximum and average here, but I think I even supported Cagliari late on, and they had their chance even. There was another sending off, and here I saw them late on really fighting for the draw and conceding in the very, very, very last kick off the game. 9-10 shots, 3-3 on target, corners 5-2. Okay, possession time slightly in favor of 6-6 goal attempts. I mean, here I would instantly say this was a good bet on Cagliari, and even in injury time with a player down, they had the chance to equalize. They didn't take it. Anyway, this was a review on the previous match day, where I'm not so unhappy with the performance. Computer was doing okay. A couple of things were pretty good. And some of them were a bit unlucky. I'm trying not to look at the games if there are any prices here. Milan, Inter should be pretty even. Inter are well, this is a derby anyway, so we're not gonna talk about it too much. It should be pretty even, but usually, well, Inter will be slight favorites, I guess. Lazio Salernitana is a 130. Napoli against Verona, 140, maybe 135. Okay, Sampdoria against Bologna will be pretty even. Bologna are too good at the moment. Udinese Sassuolo will be also very even, but Udinese, yeah, should be small favorites. Okay, Venezia against Roma should be a 150 on the Roma, 150. Cagliari Atalanta will be 160. Juventus Fiorentina will be 170, 165. Spezia against Torino should be Torino favorites, but maybe 2.0. Empoli against Genoa should be favorites, but over 2.0, so maybe 220. Empoli 225. So these are my prices. Now I have no idea really what market thinks or says, but you don't need to believe me. Milan, Inter, it takes a little home advantage, which doesn't sound fair to me. They're playing in the same stadium, whereby still tickets are not sold to these many to Inter supporters. Anyway, here it's 135. I said Napoli, same thing, or a bit more. I said 130, 135. Sampdoria, I was saying pretty even, and computer says favorites, which market seems to thinks the same. Udinese Sassuolo computer still would favor Sassuolo, who are on a bad run. This doesn't look like a proper evaluation, and market would confirm here. They would say Udinese are favorites. Of course, we can look at the table at the same time, and we can look at the expectancies, which I usually do. And Udinese are below, but not by far, and they are taking on, I forgot again, Sassuolo. They should be, yeah, same thing here. So they are neighbors even. Udinese at home, 1-3-2. Okay, that's a bad record. They are okay on the road. So that's maybe why the computer is a bit higher here. But I agree with market that this evaluation is maybe not right. And if we want to adjust an evaluation here, then we can simply look at this, where the settings are being made. And here it will most likely say Sassuolo are still good enough. And, well, I updated these, but maybe we should, well, what would we do now? They are a bit worse, and Udinese maybe, well, a bit better, but there's not much of a difference here, right? I mean, sometimes it's also a matter of home away, as I was just showing, right? Now they are coming a bit closer, but not yet. Well, computer would simply say we can give Sassuolo a chance. Maybe well, I saw them playing at Juve, where they won. Well, I didn't see Udinese too often. So in Roma, I was right with a 150, something around that. Cagliari, Atalanta, I was close to that, but I was even going a bit higher. Computer is going lower, market is a bit higher. We may consider going with Atalanta. Juventus, Fiorentina is, as I said, 170, something like that. That is maximum. Computer, well, we would pay the same, because if 180 is the true price, we would pay like 170. Spezia against Torino, I said favorites. Torino, but over 2. Market is closer. I was saying 210. That was wrong, but average is 230, and computer makes it even higher here. And Empoli against Genoa, I said small favorites, but maybe 220, something like that. I was guessing. And this is market price. Computer would say you could dare a bit higher. And now we're gonna check out here instantly on this side. The wrong order again. Empoli market agrees to the 212. I would give Genoa a fair chance. I know that they are underperforming here, 8 points only, 12.44, and they are playing, how can I forget who they play? Empoli. They are overperforming by miles, of course, but home record, look at the home record, 1-0-5-7, 16 goals. That is why computer, in this case, would give Genoa a fair chance, and this I would instantly accept. So we should go, well, if I have to go the Asian way, then I would have to say 1.79 on them, but you can hardly read it here. Yeah, you can, but I have to go back here. That's why I'm usually not selecting these, but I'm mentioning that, right? In the Spezia Torino, computer would give Spezia a fair chance. Here I would disagree. I would simply adjust the prices. It's only marginally indicated anyway, the 320, and Spezia lost too heavily. Torino are maybe a bit better. It's only marginal. Juventus, well, we accept that price. We 4.05, 5.46. Computer would say a draw, maybe. Well, with Juve struggling, why not go for this, right? In the Cagliari Atalanta, 154 is way too low for me, also for midweek business, and as I explained, Cagliari made a good impression to me. Atalanta struggling slightly, and what is here, 19 points, 21.36, and they take on Cagliari, who are of course miserable, bottom 6 points only, but well, I mean, 154 is just a bit too low for me. You can consider if you like it. I wouldn't after I watched them playing. These are small adjustments. Roma, I was 150, 154. We are pretty agreeing with market. 157 is our true price. This one is fine. In the Sampdoria, I'm a bit surprised, in fact, but the computer agrees here. So I wouldn't argue too much about it. So we simply accept the price. All the draw would be indicated. 364 is a lot, but that's exactly the computer price, 364. And Udinese, we talked about this already, or did we? 286. Sassuolo, well, it's a small kind of an indication. We adjusted the prices already. It's still slightly indicated, so why not? I mean, they beat Juventus on the road, so why not repeat that? Lazio 132 looks fine. Napoli, Verona, I was making them very similar. Computer said the same as market does. Chances are a bit less for Napoli to win than they are for Lazio, because for Salernitana are so weak, but obviously Napoli are also a lot better than Lazio at the moment, right? And still, in the Milan, I would happily, I mean, in fact, the draw I would tick here, because this looks like simply too much to me. 376, right? So we would have the brightness still here from the Premier League prediction. Empoli, Genoa, we would go with Genoa not to lose. We would guess maybe Juventus once again struggling, Fiorentina on a good run, Juventus struggling here and there, but of course they will try their best to win, but simply it's not going their way. Sassuolo, why not? I saw them perform very well at Juventus, and Milan, Inter, a draw is also an agreement with the referee in case he's... Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. Leave your likes, subscribe to my channel, check out my other links, comment on it, get your access to the Betmaster tool. You will not regret it, I'm absolutely sure. We can look at other markets as well, but there's a lot we can handle with the tool and a lot you can do in the future. Thank you, bye bye.